Alright, hello everybody. This is Zacharias, back again with more of Avernum 4 Greed and Glory. We made it to the town of Formello now. Let's continue. The mayor of Formello is in her audience hall, sitting on a nice, imported chair. She isn't in good shape. Her attendants have fled, and the shade afflicting her city has eaten her mind. She is pale and thin, and a rictus of a smile is fixed on her face. She picks at her mayor's sash with her fingers fraying its edges. She jumps when you round the corner, thinking the shade has come for her at last. After a calming pause, she says, "Outsider, I welcome you, though it is perilous to do so. I am Mayor Henrietta. I keep the city together, as much as possible. I risk the wrath of the shade to see you. I was told that you can contribute. I hope I was not misled. Who sent you? I have a letter for you from Commander Anford." Henrietta takes the letter with a trembling hand. She has to hold it close to her eyes to read it. "This is quite a tale. A lot of upsetting news. Are these stories true?" "It is all true. You have seen much. I would like to know more details later. It is good you have come. We have been afflicted here by the black shade. It is a struggle just to live. You are fresh, untouched. We will need your help." "I will help you. Seems like I'm good at cleaning up messes." "I am glad. You are lucky. The black shade is absent now. Our minds are clearer. I do need help. There is something happening near. You can help. You will be rewarded." "I found a strange laboratory in a mine near Fort Draco." Mayor Henrietta sits up straight and listens attentively as you tell your story. This may be the first signs of enthusiasm she's shown about anything in weeks. She constantly interrupts your tale with questions. This may be significant. It is a pity that you could not get more information from the being in the crystal. It tried to give you a mark on your hand." "It did. I accepted the mark." When you show it to her, she is lost in thought for a minute. Then she says, "You know, someone mentioned something like this to me recently. I think it was Genevieve, the librarian. You should show it to her. I want to know what she says before I come to any conclusions." Mayor Henrietta sits shrunk back in her chair and picks at her sash. Occasionally, she casts a longing glance back at the wine on the desk behind her. "Yes, what else do you wish to discuss?" She jumps whenever there is a noise. You can almost see the caustic effects of the black shade eating at her. "What has been happening in Formello lately?" She shakes her head and lets out a long sigh. "Well, I will assume you have heard about the rivers being full of monsters. No boat traffic. This hit Formello very hard, I assure you. Also, there has been a huge increase in monster activity. Enough so that I was forced to erect a quarantine barrier between here and the Eastern Gallery. These would have been enough to deal with, but then the black shade came. It is hard to stay alive and sane. Do you know anything about the monsters in the water?" "No more than anyone else. Huge serpents, fangs. They swim in the deep and dark. We see them when they drag a boat down. I'm sure I don't need to tell you. The water in Avernum is cold. Cold. Few sailors survive a capsized ship. There is a quarantine?" "Yes, the Eastern Gallery to the south has had worse monster infestations than we have. Since we had enough problems here, I had our mages erect barriers along the road to the south. A harsh step, I know, but things would be far worse if the insects swarming the Eastern Gallery were allowed to infest our fields. Don't ask to pass the barriers. Lowering and raising them is extremely difficult." "There's something else I want to talk about." She is barely able to concentrate. "The black shade is gone. We have a little time. Ask quickly. How did you become mayor?" "I was chosen? I don't remember. All days became the same when the black shade came." "That is all I need to know." "All right. Tell me more about the shade." "The shade first appeared several weeks ago. In that time, civilized life in our city has crumbled to nothingness. The shade is currently absent. Thus, it may be possible for you to speak with people, trade, and so on. If the shade were here, even if you were able to concentrate on anything, people would shun you." "I'd like to know more about the shade." I would too. It is difficult to study it. I know of only one person who is trying. His name is Sage Townsend. He has been watching the shade every moment he could. He is hiding in the cave at the northeast corner of town. He never leaves there. I think the shade would kill him. I think he is right. Have you tried to kill the shade? Several times. It has great power. The wounds our warriors create heal themselves almost immediately. Then it destroys any who dare try to harm it. It radiates magical cold, very intense. Many of our soldiers were frozen completely solid. The same fate awaits poor souls at its size for whatever reason to hunt. The shade isn't always here. No, it travels. We know it isn't here because we can talk about it. When it is here, the fear is too great. Do you know where it goes? Sometimes it appears in Silvar to the south. Sometimes it comes back here. And wherever it is, life stops. We don't know why it decides to go to one place or the other. It seems to switch every few days, though. That is all I need. I will take my leave. All the mayor can manage in response is a quick, distracted nod. Okay, 40-20. We might have those unlocked for us later. Okay, let me see here. Genevieve takes the letter. Thank you, she says. I gave up hope of ever getting this. As promised, she tips you a small pouch of silver coins. There is a young woman with long, dark hair sitting at this table. She is bent over a book, but she isn't reading it. She's repairing the spine with glue. As you watch, she mutters, "One moment, this is not easy." She eventually reaches a point where it is safe to set the book down. She looks up and frowns at you. A stranger, talking to me. Unusual these days. I am Genevieve, librarian. What is it you need? Can I get magical training here? She looks annoyed. Talk to Sage Alice. She is a magic instructor here. I care for the books. Tell me about your library. It is the finest for many miles around. It is excellent for studies of magic. We have works about artisanal crafts, history, and even languages. That is my own personal area of study. Most of the books are upstairs. Please make at least a weak effort to remove the grime off your fingers before you paw them. You study languages? As many as I can. Nephil and Slit tongues and their dialects are my specialties. I also have collected all the examples of Vonatai syntax I can find. She has a rare smile. When the castle began negotiations with the Vonatai, my writings were very helpful. Do you have any books that might help me? She chuckles. Oh, yes, you want books with powerful arcane spells so that you may call destruction down upon your foes. Yes, that is the adventurer way, is it not? Talk to Sage Alice. She is a magic instructor here. I deal in knowledge, not armaments. A sage named Lark is trying to decipher this language. Can you help? Genevieve actually manages to summon some interest. She inspects the paper for several minutes. Then she smiles and shakes her head. Handing the page back to you, she says, "Very interesting. I have no idea what language this is. A rare event, I assure you. It's elaborate and strange. It might be a magical script. Might be why I am unfamiliar with it. If you are really interested, you should go south to the ruins of the Tower Magi. There are a few sages at the Tower Colony trying to recover what's survived of the library. Maybe one of them can help." You don't speak with stranger? Genevieve stares up at you and sighs. More conversation. What? Her damaged books scattered around her yearn for her attention. You don't speak with strangers? Not when I can help it. I want to live. The shade is most likely to give the icy touch to those who speak with outsiders. You should feel fortunate that I am speaking with you at all. A mark has been placed on my hand. Can you read it? She grabs a small glass and inspects the mark carefully, being careful not to touch you. Huh, fascinating. I heard a story from one of our students who went to the mines to the north. The miners told her that they saw a body, a surveyor who was exploring the caves to the northeast, where the dragon Motrax used to live. The dead man had been caught by a pack of lizards. The body had a mark on the hand much like that one, and that is all the student told me before she got on with her studies. I thought it was an interesting curiosity and mentioned it to the mayor in passing. What happened to the student? Can I speak with her? Oh, she died. She was one of the first claimed by the Shade. Has anyone else gotten such a mark? The mayor told me she heard someone came out of that mine with such a mark. Then he left town. That is all I know. Can you identify the writing? Not enough to speak with certainty. The looping nature is reminiscent of Vontai script, but it's only a vague similarity. It seems ceremonial or symbolic. You have been marked by magic. Claimed, perhaps. I don't envy you. Okay, see the mayor again. I showed the room to Genevieve. Another mark. Yes, I thought that was what I heard. It is so difficult to function, to concentrate. She looks at the paper scattered on the floor around her. I'm sure there's something about it in that mess. For once, I think I have a plan. Yes, the directions I must give you are clear. Where do you think I should go? I think I should direct you to go north, to the old Warrens. Motrax used to live there. It's not safe. The old dragon's magic is still potent. It does things to the creatures there. But a mark on a hand. Someone came through town with a mark like that. Something up there may be linked to what you saw in the Draco mines. You should go up there and find it. You should enjoy this mission. It will get you farther from the Black Shade. Who was Motrax? One of the 5 dragons that lived in Avernum in its early days. The oldest. The kindest. Lived in the caves to the north. Then the Empire murdered him. This was long ago. The cave remains. How do I get there? Leave through the west gate. Go north. Look for signs. Why haven't you investigated it yourself? We tried. I couldn't send away too many guards. Needed them to keep order. For when the terror came. When the shade came. What should I look for? You found magic workshops. You found magic crystals. Look for more of the same. Someone there got a mark on his hand? Yes, we only learned about it after he left. He showed it around the end. Said he was going south. Left before I put up the barriers. I asked around after. Nobody even learned his name. That's all I need. I'll take my leave. Go for Dottie. Translate scrolls. This book is called The Wars of Avernum, a summary. Avernum has experienced many desperate struggles in its short and troubled history. The first time of trial was in the years of the founding. It was then that the Archmagi Erica, Solberg, Patrick, and others fought the demonic forces of Grauhoth, purging them from the tunnels and winning a place to live and grow in peace. Then followed a time of persistent low-level strife against savage Nephilim and the Sith armies of the cruel Siths. It was in these struggles that Avernum first truly profited from the adventurers that the Empire exiled here. After some of those same adventurers assassinated the Empire's Emperor Hawthorne, the Empire invaded Avernum. This was the hardest and most bloody struggle fought in the underworld, but it was eventually won with the help of the Vontai. Years later, after envoys from Avernum helped the Empire fight off vengeful attacks by the Vontai, Empress Prozac allowed Avernites who wished to return to the surface to do so. Since then, Avernum has been a largely peaceful place, or as much as possible. The only troubles of note have been nasty border skirmishes with savage Sislericai. All such struggles have resulted in decisive victories for Avernum. This book is called Knowledge of the Vontai, a summary. The Vontai are a race of strange humanoids that only exist in the underworld, in cavern complexes far below Avernum. They are tall, with gray skin, and large eyes. They are highly intelligent and extremely skilled with magic. Vontai magic is centered around the use of crystals, which they use to store and refine magical energy. Their most unusual power is the creation of the crystal souls. These are living things, the spirits of their wisest ancestors given physical form. The Vontai revere and worship the crystal souls with fanatical devotion. Last, when the Empire discovered the Vonatai, they stole 3 of the crystal souls. Avernites helped recover the souls, in return for which the Vonatai helped them win their war against the Empire. Unfortunately, this amity between Avernum and the Vonatai did not last. A mighty Vonatai wizard, Rentar Irno, swore vengeance against the Empire, unleashing plagues of magical monsters on the surface. A band of Avernites helped end these plagues, in return for which the Empire let Avernites return to the surface. For years after that, there was no contact between Avernum and the Vonatai people. The question of how the underworld will be shared between human and the Vonatai remains unanswered. Oh, and I probably should go ahead and deliver that crystal back. Maybe I can talk to Mabley again. I forgot about that quest. Also, I will need to get mage spells up. And priest spells up so I can get more spells, I think. Okay, so I hate to leave Formello so quick, but yeah, I want to go ahead and get these. You know anything about this mark? She looks at the mark. She tries and fails to rub it off with her thumb. Then she grows very pale. Strange magic in a strange time. I do not know what it is, but you should tell the commander what you have encountered. It should be investigated, if only for your sake. I found the spiral in the mines. You said something about a reward? She grabs the spiral and inspects it. Her bit of crystal fits perfectly onto the broken part of its surface. Marvelous. Truly marvelous. Do not be too excited. This is not a magical device or weapon. It is artwork. But a beautiful piece, the best we have. As she starts to walk off, hypnotized by the beauty of the spiral, you gently remind her of the reward. What? Oh yes, reward. Here. A trinket for a treasure. She hands you a silver ring and walks off, staring raptly deep into the crystal. Okay, so I'm glad I got that. Ooh, a boost to mage spell. Ooh, okay. I definitely want to put that on. Does Commander Amford have new dialogue now? Okay, it doesn't look like it. Anyway, let's head back over to Formello. Okay, so far, main story, explore Motrax Caves, Metal Ferdati, translate scrolls, Potion Master rank. This won't clear out, it's just to let me know. I can go to rank if I want more, like potions and stuff. But I do like to build up my ingredients before I invest in any, like, Potion Masters. Okay, radiate lightning, we'll take that. This woman is new to the world of wizardry. Her robes are covered with embroidered glyphs and runes, some glowing, and she wears an ostentatious amount of talismans, fetishes, and such jewelry. Young mages frequently submit to such excesses of fashion. They haven't helped her confidence, however. She is terrified. When you approach her, she can barely stop shaking. I am Sage Alice, the instructor for this school. When it has students, when I can study. There are no students at the school? No, 2 were killed, murdered. They were some of the first to be taken by the Shade. The rest fled. The Shade killed some of them? Yes, froze them solid. The expressions trapped on their faces. It seems to favor those who want to learn or teach, people who work together. So I don't seek out students now. I don't want to be responsible for that. Has the Shade tried to kill you? No, I never go outside. Ever. The mayor sends food to me, and I stay in here. Sage Alice manages to summon up enough courage to speak with you, though she will only do so in whispers and from the other side of the room. Yes, yes, something else? She constantly looks at the door, confident that something will float through and devour her at any moment. I could use magical instruction. I understand that, but you should know that cooperation draws the Shade. The Shade is not here for the moment. I can teach you if you will accept the risk. Alright, please teach me. Blink, spray venom, wraith form. We probably could have tried these twice. What do you study? When the Shade came, I was just setting out. Was just beginning to teach here. I kept my own studies up. I learned about enchanted creatures. Dragon kind when I could. Did you learn anything interesting? A few things. Then the Shade came. She lets out a shrill laugh. And then the Shade was there, always there, and I got to observe magical creatures up close as much as I could possibly want. You want to study dragons? If I could. They still exist. Some believe they are even breeding, making more. Years ago, a dragon named Motrax lived north of here. Oh, I wish he was still alive. I wish I could learn from him. But he is gone, and his lair was abandoned, and his stones were lost. What happened to Motrax? Empire soldiers murdered him when they invaded. Butchers. The Empire put many dragons to the sword, so few remain. Motrax's stones? What were they? Near the end of his life, when he was dying of his wounds, he was said to have written some things on tablets of soft clay, written with his claws. If they were found, nobody knows what he wrote. They were lost in the confusion of the war. I was going to go to the lair and see if I could find fragments of them. I would need warriors. I had plans. Then, the Black Shade. Best not to think about it. Think about survival? Yes. There was once a lovely park in the center of Formello. It was a large clearing surrounded by 4 curved pools. Young couples could sit and talk and listen to the chirps of the bats. The park is now a disaster. The ground is scorched and the air is icy cold. Pick up these items. Bronze spear. I'll go up here in a moment. Let's just explore the rest of the town. Oh, Ken and Jen. This kitchen prepares hot food, bread, and sacks of rations, which are then sold to hungry locals and travelers. The owner, Jen, is well known for her ability to take Avernum's noxious natural ingredients and produce food which is borderline edible. She greets you with a smile and says, "Welcome, stranger. Hungry? Can you tell me more about Formello?" Her smile becomes unnaturally frozen on her face. It is far safer to not speak about these things. Too much friendliness attracts attention. Let me see your wares. Jen's menu for the day is roasted lizard haunch and bread made from roasted mushroom flour. I don't need any food right now. Alright, come back when you do. This man is a local legend. His name is Ken, and he has spent the last several decades in Formello raising and slaughtering giant lizards. He is renowned for his hatred of the stupid reptiles. He has suffered endless punishment from their claws and teeth. He is covered with scars and missing 2 fingers. But he always gets his final revenge on every reptile in his cave. Ken takes a break from his eternal war with lizardkind to see what you need. How is business? He regales you with the long, obscene rant regarding the stupidity and nastiness of the beasts in his care. He tells you several ways in which they can try to take chunks out of you. I'm hungry for lizard meat. He slaps you on the back and tells you to talk to his wife, Jen. She cooks the meat he kills. Any tips for hunting lizards? No mercy. Okay, not really much for conversation, but... Okay, I want to take these coins. The smithy is closed. The owner stepped out one day and didn't return. Happily, nobody has looted it yet. Until now. This low building is thick with the reek of curing leather. The proprietor is immune to the foul atmosphere. His lungs will make him pay a heavy price one day, no doubt. When he browses his shop, he cuts a long strip of leather. It's destined to a new life as a belt. After a long silence, he says, "I'm Aaron's. Let me know if you need anything, unless the Black Shade is near. Then we're closed." You happily know his wares are of quite high quality. Can I see your wares? Aaron sells quality leather goods. There is no shortage of leather thanks to the constant presence of the giant lizards. You have some very nice equipment here. He nods. Thank you. I try. I do custom work. If you find any fine leather and bring it in to me for a price, I can make quality equipment for you. What sort of materials do you need? Fine leather. The best skins make the best product. For anything better than the mundane, however, I will need at least 1 focusing crystal. Also, each item will cost 50 coins for my time. I don't need anything. He doesn't respond, he just keeps working. Hearing any interesting gossip? He shakes his head. I don't bother with politics. I keep to myself. That's the way I like it and the way the Shade likes it. Where do you get your leather? From my suppliers when they can get into town. So lately I haven't gotten any new stock at all. I don't really know where they hunt it. He thinks. Well, one of my suppliers said that there's a big nest of lizards southeast of here. I haven't seen him around in a while, so he might have been right. And the lizards got him. Say, if you can get me 3 big pieces of high quality leather, I'll pay a good price for it. My orders are starting to back up and I could use the help. Tell me more about this nest. There's a low bit of swampy, mucky cave to the southeast. There are tunnels on the other side. Prime lizard hunting territory before the Black Shade came. Is it dangerous? Normally, yes. These days, it's safer than Formello. Promise you that. Dang, I can complete this quest like immediately. Here is some leather for you. Aaron's takes the leather and examines it. Alright, this is good quality stuff, I admit it. I'll pay a fair price. He drags a sack out from under a table and brushes the dust off of it. He brings out a belt, a pair of gloves, and a helmet, all made of leather. Here, take these. The adventurer who ordered them got killed by the Shade while trying to get to my shop. Got froze blue, he did. Hate to see his clothes go to waste. I don't need anything. Stay safe. Don't come back unless you have to. Okay, so yeah, you can immediately clear out a quest if you just hang on to find leather rather than rather than invest in the items he can give you. Alright, blessed belt. Let's put that on her then. Oh, I forgot I had some items here. Thick leather gloves, lizard skin helmet. Ooh, let's put that on her then. Okay, I don't really need these. I mean, they don't have any value, so I guess I can just go ahead and put them somewhere. One look at the abbess of this temple tells you that this is not the shrine to a peaceful religion. She has a mace at her belt and a breastplate under her robes. If the Black Shade tries to invade this place, she will die fighting. She looks you over when you enter the temple. Then she nods. Another warrior in Formello. I approve. This is the Temple of Unbroken Justice. I am Abbess Hain. The shrine is an island of sanity in this mad city. What are the beliefs of your shrine? We believe in justice, and we believe in doing what is necessary to attain it. Some are content to wait for the afterlife to get the rewards for a good life. We would prefer to see people rewarded for virtue in this world. Of course, many threats in Avernum only properly respond to force. If that is what is necessary to bring justice, we will not shrink from it. Do you go out and fight a lot? Not lately. I am brave, but realistic. I am getting older and my flock needs me. But do not think I have shied from battle in the past. Where do you wish you were fighting now? She sighs. I do not know. The threats against us now are not the sort that can readily be dispatched with a mace. Our foes lurk deep under the water or behind a shield of terror and black mist. But one day, those responsible for our afflictions will step forward, and when that day comes, I will hit them. Abbess Hain of the Temple of Unbroken Justice stands upright and somberly speaks with you. She has heard rumors of the many threats to Avernum, and she longs for reliable information. She is a very serious woman. As time passes, you notice that her mace has been dented by heavy use. Has been a struggle to help Formello. Constantly, she shakes her head. My flock hides in their homes, terrified of the shade. My acolytes fled, unable to bear his constant presence, but I will do what I can to help. How do you tend to the people? I visit them in their homes. They are too scared to come to me, after all. I walk the streets and I remind them of what it was like to be free, to be human. She thinks, or Nephil, or Slith, but still free. Do you know anything about the Shade? No. She points to the cave. Sage Townsend is hiding in the cave that way. He is the thinker. If anyone knows about the Shade, he does. Me, I think trying to understand it beyond learning to resist or destroy it is a waste of time. Can you teach me any spells? She inspects you again. Perhaps. You are a fighter, I can see. But my order does not help just anyone who comes through the door. Those who would wield my temple's weapons must be tested. I am willing to be tested. She nods. I thought you would be, and we of the shrine have made a place of testing, a place to refine our own strength, to keep us sharp for when times of trial come. It is a stone circle east of Formello against the far cavern wall. In the middle of a circle is a crystal. Touch the crystal, survive for a time, defeat that which is sinned against you, and return to me. Then, if you are worthy, I will teach you. What will test me? Magical constructs, created by us as targets to perfect our skills in battle. Practice is necessary to wage war, but useful foes for our education are not always available. So we made them. We are in a crisis. Is this really the most useful use of my time? Yes. Please elaborate? Given power without testing or responsibility is how we end up with horrors like the Black Shade. Go. Time is wasting. Simple meditation chamber. Alright, improved knowledge of the spell Curing. Okay. Why don't we go ahead and do that quest then? The testing circle. And then we can explore the rest of Formello later. Oh, is there no way around the area? Okay, so not much in here besides the scroll. But yeah, I mean, what do I have to lose, right? I mean, iron shield. Honestly, yeah, let's take off the helmet, so... Okay, so we found a winery outside. I guess I can talk to that guy later, but let's go ahead and head over to this testing circle. A large stone circle has been erected here. Surprisingly, it's recent construction. There is no moss on the stones, and the tools and logs used to roll the stones here are still around. Most stone circles are ancient, of course, but they all have to be new sometime. The circle has seen some recent use. There are scorch marks and bloodstains on the ground, along with a scattering of broken weapons and shields. Let's do it. A large gong has been placed in the middle of the magic circle. It is etched with concentric rings of delicate runes. A hammer has been placed temptingly nearby. You smack the gong, the clang echoes through the cave, doubling and redoubling until it's almost deafening. Then faint lights drift out of the gong. They float through the still cave air, circle the stones, and come to rest on the stone circles that surround you. The lights hang here and grow stronger. The air grows warmer. The glowing forms start to assume humanoid shapes. Oh, I hate the freaking terrify effect. Can we snap him out of it with curing? Well, crap. Can't do that. How longer has he given me? Okay, only one turn. Wait, 12? What the crap? Alright, let's do that. I'm gonna have to get more battle disciplines too. Okay. The circle is still. The ringing of the gong fades away. The air begins to warm. You have passed the test of the circle. Hopefully it will be worth your time. Yeah. Yeah, I had to take on some shades for my trouble, so it better have been worth my time. Actually, let's go back the way we came in. I have been tested. I prevailed. The abbess nods. Good for you. I agreed to train you. I will let you share in the magic of my shrine, and I will hope that you use your power to increase justice in our world. Please teach me. The abbess knows powerful chants and songs. Of course, she is most competent with those rituals that aid in the battle or revive the fallen. Let's just improve them. Alright. Let's take my leave. Be sure to enjoy a moment of tranquility to regain your courage before you leave. Okay, and we leveled up here. I need more battle discipline, so let's boost that up. Let's boost hardiness up. Same thing for her. I'll boost pole weapons up. Boost hardiness up. And because we'll desperately need it, let's boost pre-spells up. We could continue to boost Wall of Faith up. Let's boost up Spellcraft. And you know, actually, Let's boost up thrown missiles. Yeah, we'll get some more battle skill there. Okay, he doesn't have any of these available yet, nor does she. Does still have Wall of Faith. Alright, let's boost up mage spells. And I'll also boost up thrown missiles here. So now he has some battle disciplines, and she has some battle discipline now. Oh, they don't have any yet. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to have to level that up again to make sure they get more. Needs to be at least 8. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have to level up again before we get another. But it won't be an issue for me. Alright, let's go ahead and continue here. This was once the main marketplace of Formello. Merchants from all over the underworld came here to hawk their wares and get precious goods to take back to the rest of Avernum. Some were even precious enough to carry through the portal to the surface. The presence of the Shade had a predictable effect on the center of commerce. The marketplace is abandoned. Lichen and moss have already begun to cover the tables. Oh no, I don't want that. The passage to the south has been caved in. A magical explosion from the look of things. You've heard of the storied passage. Most Avernites have. Once, years ago, a group of adventurers traveled through it and down a long river. At the end of their journey, they made the first contact between Avernum and the Vonati. For some reason, the passage was sealed. Since then, no Avernites have been to Vonati lands. Sage Townsend. There is a man hiding in this cave, wrapped in worn and filthy robes. He is old, dirty, skinny, and tired. Someone has been sneaking food up to his cave, but not enough of it. When he entered, he was lying on his back on his pallet, staring up at the ceiling and thinking. When he sees that you are a friendly warrior, he jumps up, seizes your hand, and shakes it. Yes, sit. Welcome. I've met many soldiers of fortune in the past, but I can't remember ever being so happy to be visited. I'm Sage Townsend. This miserable pit is my home for the moment. I am currently engaged in study of the shade afflicting us, and that is why I am hiding here. You are a sage. Can you train me? Non-magical spells. I have taught adventurers in the past, but I don't have the focus for that now. Have you known many warriors? Yes, in my decades in Formello, I have met some of the most famous and illustrious adventurers in all of Avernum. I have seen many unhappy times. Sage Townsend sits on his pallet and smiles up at you. He has to squint to see you. The vision of Avernites frequently fails as they age, the result of the constant dim light. Why are you hiding back here? Because the shade only attacks those it can see, those passing by on the road, and so on. That is why everyone stays indoors as much as they can, which is, alas, not always. Because I spent so much time studying it and speaking with outsiders, I would be an instant target if I left. You are studying the shade? Yes, as best I can. Its power is great. We will not be able to defeat it without considerable insight. I watch it as it stands still, as it selects prey, as it fades away and returns. One day, I hope I may guess how to defeat it. Since the shade is absent now, I rest and think. I must be strong when it returns, and it will. How does it arrive and leave? It is interesting. It appears and it disappears. So many questions. How does it travel, and why? I've heard that several shades afflict the cities of Avernum. Our shade splits its time between here and Silvar to the south. We are not sure why, but I favor the simplest explanation. This way it can ruin 2 cities instead of 1. How does it select prey? Nobody is sure. It stands there, still and silent as a statue, for days at a time. And then, one day, someone is walking on the road somewhere in the city. It swoops down the road, chases the victim down, and freezes it. There is no sense to it, and, when chosen, no hope. And nobody escapes. Sometimes, if someone runs far enough and fast enough, the shade loses interest in its prey and returns to its home. This rarely happens. We have also learned not to run indoors when we are selected. It does not save you. It only means the death of others. It is possible to share the shade's rage with others. Do you know what makes someone more likely to be selected? Dealing with outsiders, speaking with merchants, travelers, adventurers. Knowledge and cooperation attracts the loving attention of the shade. It attacks the kindness of humanity. Perhaps the creator of the shade made it in order to isolate. It keeps Avernites from working with each other. Truly cruel. How might the shade be defeated? I do not know. The blows of our warriors barely affect the thing, whatever it is. I would not recommend heroics. You will only end up interestingly shaped blocks of ice. To find its weakness, I think that we must find its origin. We must find its creator. Whatever it is it a ghost, the spirit of one dead, or is it a magical construct? A golem of sorts? We don't even know this. And who created it? That is the greatest mystery of all. It is the heart of all the others, a mystery that, I hope, one may solve. He looks down at the mark on your hand, then back up at you. I have told you what I know. To learn more, you must rely on your own resources. I'll be going now. Townsend nods. Then he sits on his pallet and hunches back into the corner. Okay, so it looks like we're not going to be able to get much more information. Perfect, I get some more javelins. Okay, let me just continue exploring this section up here. Oh, there's somebody back here? Alright. You know what? We'll go ahead and talk to this person here in a minute. In the meantime, I am going to make sure the game is saved right here. And I'll see you all in the next part.